Hello, welcome to Toffee TV. This is the match preview. Everton travel to Doncaster Rovers in the Carabao Cup, second round, first. I'm not going to say first leg, bloody hell. I'm going back years.
Don't give us more legs.
No more legs. It's a one-off. It's a one-off second round of the Carabao Cup to be decided on the night, of course, with penalties if either team hasn't sorted it in the 90 minutes. And it's a battle of two very poor sides at the moment. Doncaster bottom of League Two, Everton bottom of the Premier League.
They scored any goals though?
They have scored a goal, yeah.
So they're winning at life, aren't they?
They're winning. They're smashing it, yeah. Really.
Big game, innit?
From an Everton perspective, surely this is the game in which we score a goal.
You would think so,
and win. Surely.
I think it's a big game in terms of where the way the season's panning out, obviously. So
massive game.
I'm open to see it. You know, a strong team. Don't really want to see too many changes. Excuse me. I'd like to maybe see Chermiti playing down the middle. But other than that, I wouldn't want to see too many changes from the side. I think you need to take this seriously, like you say, get some goals, get some confidence, and get a win on the board and get into the next round. And realistically, you know, you're talking about the amount of years that since we won a trophy. This is the trophy that gives you the best opportunity to win, albeit it's still very difficult in this day and age with the strength of squads the top teams have got. But you know, this is something we should just take seriously. Realistically, we've got a possibility of getting into the third round and just, you know what, you're 3 or 4 games then away from getting somewhere. So
I think that there is the interesting thing with this is because I've seen a piece today talking about the changes he could make, and it was like 9 changes or 10 changes, and it's like, you know, do we want João Virginia to play? Do we want, listen, not saying João, because João Virginia's played in the first team, played against Man City in the FA Cup and stuff, so it's not that did well in pre-season, so I imagine he will play. I think he might well take Pickford out for this, but there was all, you know, people are suggesting all kinds of changes at the back and bring Michael Keane back in and playing with Ben Godfrey, and you know, you're looking, I imagine Mykolenko will play because he's coming back to fitness. Godfrey, I imagine, will play. Personally, I'd play Branthwaite and Godfrey and just let them take Tarkowski out, let them up. But I know what you mean. If you start messing with it too much, then you get a totally disjointed performance, and it heightens Doncaster's opportunities then, doesn't it, for an upset?
For me, I'd look to try and build some partnerships. I'd rather see Tarkowski and Branthwaite just get the job done, and if you're 3-0 up, after an hour or so, bring them off, Tarkowski off, you know, and put Godfrey on or something. But you know, you've got 5 subs you can use.
What about the likes of Dan Juma though, who was like, he probably needs to play, needs a goal.
I think Mykolenko's a good shout, and I think it's a good shout not just because he needs the fitness. I think Ashley Young's last couple of performances haven't been great, so it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to just get that balance with the left foot on the left-hand side as well. So I think he'd be a good one to come in, but I wouldn't mess it around, honestly. I think they really need to find a way of playing.
What about Dobbin? Dobbin's an interesting one, because I actually thought he'd done all right. I mean, he wasn't amazing by any stretch, but at least he was bright and he was trying to get at them. But played the whole season in League One last season. These are the League Two side, without being disrespectful to Doncaster. At the moment, the bottom of the whole pyramid, aren't they? And this should be a game that Dobbin can really get at these and cause them issues, and for his own confidence as well. And, you know, we don't know what's going to happen. If Everton bring another winger in this week before the window shuts, is he going to be allowed out on loan, or will Dyche keep him around the squad because he can play a couple of roles? But would you leave him in and see if he can build on Saturday?
What I'd like to see is, I'd like to keep Dobbin in, put Dan Juma out wide, Chermiti up front, I'd take Idrissa Gana-Gueye out, and I'd put James Garner into centre midfield. I would keep the back 4 other than Mykolenko, and I'd keep Pickford in goal, to be honest, and I'd just go, right, let's just win this game. Let's just win it. Let's get it done.
Won't keep Pickford in goal, though, will
he? He's hard unlikely to, but I would. I think he just needs, you know, to keep playing, keep that continuity with the back 4. I think they need to find something, and quickly. They've got an international break coming up soon.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, we've got Sheffield United Saturday, then there's a break, isn't it? I think, obviously, Everton are, at the time of recording, just about to announce Beto, or, you know, close to announcing Beto. and some people will be hoping that he's involved. I don't know whether he would be. You know, he's been playing, he's fit, so whether or not the manager puts him straight in, and not straight into the team, but has him on the bench, we'll see. But
Yeah.
what would you do if he is fit, or do you think he needs a week of Dyche fit before?
Look,
before
if he's fit, you put him on the bench, wouldn't it? Get him down with the lads, integrated into how we work from a match day perspective. I wouldn't look to start him, certainly not in this game. So yeah, if he was available, I'd have him on the bench. You know, let's not have 2 goalies on the bench. And you know, have those options. The irony was on Saturday we had 3 strikers on the bench. Didn't have any on the pitch, but we had 3 on the bench. They just unfortunately none of them are particularly good enough. But you know, I'd have him on there if he was available, because you know, he's done his pre-season in Serie A. He's played a couple of games already, so he's obviously fit. Yeah, get him involved.
What about the likes of Tyler Onyango, who went, you know, played in League One with Burton last season, went to Forest Green and got injured and was out for the rest of the season. He's been around the first team all pre-season, played in games. He'd come on at Villa, albeit for 90 seconds. Not tempted to put him in this one rather than
I just wouldn't mess with it too much. I really wouldn't. I'd have them on the bench in an ideal situation, which, look, we know that might not be the case. In an ideal situation, you get a few goals ahead, you bring those lads on, absolutely perfect.
Let them see the game off.
Let them see the game out, give them half an hour, perfect. But no, let's just get some continuity, to get some goals, to get a win. We need some positivity going into the weekend. You know, if we're going into that Sheffield United game off the back of getting knocked out by these on pens or something, you know, it becomes, the pressure's ramped up even more. So let's just be professional, get the job done, and then move on to the weekend.
Looking at Doncaster, they've played 5 games, 1 non-draw and 1 lost 4. They've scored 4 goals. Imagine what that feels like. Scored 4 goals. Conceded 12. So they're averaging conceding more than 2 a game. Beaten at the weekend at MK Dons 2-1. Notts County beat them 3-1 the week before. This is if you're Sean Dyche and the coaching staff, this is a game you want to put your marker down here. Everton want to go here, and again, I'm not saying this would happen, but this is the kind of game where, like, Premier League teams might go and win like 4-0 or something, and it boosts the confidence. I'm not saying Everton are going to do that, but Sean Dyche will be looking for that, wouldn't he? Looking for this kick-start. You know, Everton have dominated 2 home games and haven't been able to score a goal. They've had 16 shots on target, I think, in the 2 home games without scoring. And okay, Villa away was shocking, but hey ho. We're looking to try and get some momentum going into a game at Sheffield United at the weekend, which will be very difficult, even though they're struggling as well. But
play well against City, didn't
they? They done well. I mean, they done. Yeah, if 12% or whatever possession is playing well, they done all right. But
they maintained them well.
You know, they stuck to the task and were well organised. Absolutely. So it's going to be a tough game for Everton. From Dyche's point of view, how important is this game? Because obviously, you know, we stayed up by the scruff of our, you know, or the skin of our teeth last season. He started the season poorly. Our, you know, pressure is mounting because it always does in this job. You know, no manager's ever 3 games away from getting the sack. It seems at Everton in recent times. How big a game is this for him and his coaching staff? Because if Everton were to lose this game, I think
that's the answer. I think what you've just answered it yourself.
But what about, just on top of it, what could a win do for them then? Like, moving forward, what could it do?
I think as an individual game,
in
a one-off, it's not the biggest thing in Everton's history. Of course it's not. But it's off the back of the momentum, like you said. If you know, if we'd have picked up 6 points so far, go into this, rest a few, we're all thinking,
through, hopefully,
and so. But in the context of where we are and what's going on with the season, no, 100%. I think it's a big game. I think it's a big game because of the momentum to go into the weekend. I just don't like the idea of going into that game against Sheffield United having lost 4 games on the bounce. So,
do you think it makes it difference to the players though? If Everton went and won 3-0 at Doncaster, played all right, won 3-0. Do you think it would translate in, like, confidence wise, or would it just be, well, it was Doncaster, and this is...
No, I don't. I mean, you've played footy. I mean, when you play, win's a win, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, we sometimes talk about the importance of, you know, it's nice to get some wins in pre-season and blah blah blah, just to get in the habit and so on and so forth. It's a competitive game. You know, it's a League Cup game. Just go out, get the job done, be professional, put out a strong side. You know, like I say, if you can get Chermiti in there, we can create the chances we've been creating.
Hopefully.
I would fancy that the lads will be able to, you know, hopefully pick up a goal or two. You know, nice confidence for him going into the rest of the season. Dan Juma can maybe, you know, cause a bit of problems. Dobbin, you know, perform well, and even if he doesn't then stay around, it might get him a better loan move and whatever. So there's bits to go on it. I just think just get it done. Your 5 subs, as soon as the game's done, let's get the players off that we need to protect for Saturday. That's what I would personally do. Do I think he'll do that? I'm not convinced he will. I think he'll not mass, but I think there'll be, you know, a few, like you say, like Tarkowski coming out, Pickford coming out, and look, they may well work. They may well work, but to me, that centre back partnership, I just want to see Branthwaite, Tarkowski long term now. Just we stick through it, through thick and thin. It's going to be ups and downs from it, but we stick with that partnership. And this type of game where you would fancy them to be in control, they can have, you know, they can build that relationship up without being under mass pressure, and then they can take that into the weekend.
Yeah, I mean, it is gonna be interesting because, like we said, it's a pressure game, but it's a game Everton should win, being where we are. Both teams are struggling, and we need to kickstart, don't we? And this might be it. Well, hopefully, this can be it, because that's all you can be, is hopeful, isn't it?
Yeah.
At some stage, surely it's gonna change. Our luck in front of goal is gonna change.
You'd think so, wouldn't it?
Well, you'd hope so. You'd hope so. Stranger things have happened. Let us know what you think in the comments section below. It'll be a tricky game because Doncaster will be well up for it. Why wouldn't you be? Everton's confidence isn't great yet, but it does represent a good opportunity, I think, for the likes of Youssef Chermiti. Give him a start. There's no, in my opinion, just to go back before we finish.
Yeah.
It'd be no point really like starting Neil Mopai, who'd looking to get out the door when this is a good opportunity for Youssef Chermiti to get an hour in, isn't it?
For that type of signing, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so let's see. Let us know what would you do? Let us know in the comments section below. Give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and if you want to become a Toffee TV Premier member, the link, like Mike, the link is in the description and the QR code's on the screen now. See you later.